Alright, so once upon a time, Bokona is Street Fighter, and then once upon another time, there was a game called Mortal Kombat. Shuguti, siyawazi nama game lanke, and this what Tandela Sanganyela Uguti, it's all about fighting, right? Exactly, so that's what this next category is all about. The best fighting video game for 2012, according to E3. Fighting is very simple. Shuguti wena udlala as a specific character, and then une opponent or another opponent. You can call them your enemies, you can call them whatever it is, but the point is you've got to beat them in a specified amount of rounds. Shuti fantu ushama combat skills, fantu shama combo, fantu shaya all these interesting moves, and you have to master the techniques of that specific game. So my favorite one so far happens to be Tekken Tournament, or rather Tekken Tag Tournament 2. So let's find out the best fighting video game according to E3. 5 nominees, 1 winner. Who's it going to be? Check it out.
Best fighting game.
What was once a niche in the great span of gaming has come back as the genre that nearly every company now seems eager to throw a punch at. From superheroes and school children to the first-party champions of PlayStation fame, these are the fighting games that caused the most commotion at this year's show. Whose fighters were the fastest, flashiest, and above all, most fun to play? They're all praiseworthy contenders in their own right, but only one can be the champ.
And the nominees are Dead or Alive 5.
After an extended hiatus away from the ring, the bucks and beauties of fighting return looking better than ever. But don't let their pretty faces fool you. Team Ninja is determined to make the latest Dead or Alive title a more serious fighter than ever before, tuning old mechanics to tournament spec, as well as implementing pivotal new gameplay elements that bring a cinematic flair to each frantic fight. Along with guest characters from Virtua Fighter on deck, this latest entry in the Fem Fighting series is certainly primed to pack a punch.
Injustice, Gods Among Us.
Proving that they still have it after releasing the well-received Mortal Kombat revamp last year, NetherRealm Studios has pulled the curtain back on its second take on a DC Comics brawler. Expect past mistakes to be undone and bold new innovations like a huge emphasis on stage interaction. In true comic book fashion, we can't wait to see what's next for this visually exciting fighter.
Persona 4 Arena.
With several anime and game releases, the Persona series has definitely had one of its busiest years yet, and it's still got one left in the chamber. A joint collaboration with Guilty Gear and BlazBlue creator Arc System Works, Persona 4 Arena brings an intriguing mix of the famous RPG subsystems and spectral phantoms of its source material with the deep and fast-paced fighting mechanics that its developer is known for.
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Pitting the likes of Parappa against franchise heavyweights like Kratos and Nathan Drake, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale presents the ultimate what-if scenario among the best and brightest of Sony's superstar stable. And yes, though the format may seem familiar, a serious effort in developing a strategic combat system that works with the IP-laden stages goes a long way. Now, if we can just get Kevin Butler as a hidden character.
Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Tekken's most popular installment finally gets its long-overdue sequel, bringing an upgraded tag mechanic in its wake, along with one of the biggest rosters in series history. New features including the Fight Lab offer inventive new ways to approach learning the game, along with a personalized combot that can be taught a regimen of moves to create the ultimate homegrown warrior. This one-time arcade champion seems determined to finally take back the crown.
And the winner is Persona 4 Arena.
In a close race that inevitably comes down to a game of inches, in the end, it's clear that Persona stands out for more than just its vivid sprite work. Finding ingenious ways to bridge the gap between fighter and RPG, it has a solid combat foundation. It's not only one of the most uniquely flavored fighting games we've seen yet, but its concepts are polished and fruitful, making it the best fighting game of E3 2012.
Welcome back to it. So, into M90 about my video game is that sometimes you actually decide and you can be someone else. So if when you're as a konamanje or you work a 9 to 5, when you play video games, you can become a detective or you can become a soldier, a sergeant. But here's the point. It's all about playing a specific character in a fictional setting whereby the way that you act and the way that you decide on certain things that happen throughout the game, it determines the storyline and the environment and pretty much afterwards within the game. You get it, right? That's exactly what role-playing video game is all about. So let's check out the next category, which happens to be exciting in my opinion because you assume the character of someone else. Let's check it out.
Most innovative.
If you judge based upon what publishers were pushing front and center at E3 2012, innovation isn't exactly written across the industry's mission statement this year. All the better for those few who are truly interested in pushing boundaries. From big online ideas and cross-platform play to individual games that harness hardware and connectivity in novel ways. There are a few potentially disruptive ideas floating around the show. You just have to scour a bit to find them.
And the nominees are Eve, Dust 514.
When an MMO launches on a console, we tend to deem its mere existence a noteworthy event. Yet what Dust 514 is attempting to do goes well beyond this sort of novelty. CCP is promising a full-featured shooter that interfaces with EVE Online, the developer's wild and woolly sci-fi sandbox MMO, known for all the player-generated drama and intrigue that its single-server structure engenders. If even half the stuff that's being promised actually pans out, then we're going to have something very interesting on our hands.
Miiverse.
Nintendo's long been criticized for being behind the curve or simply wrong-headed when it comes to internet features for its games and systems, and Miiverse looks to represent an about-face. It certainly sounds ambitious. If it ultimately has all its promises intact, it'll mark the first truly cross-platform gaming network, complete with robust social features, as well as delivering the procedural and promotional functionality we expect from Xbox Live and PSN. We're concerned about the delays inherent to excessive moderation, but the death of friend codes and the ability to have multiple screen names per account at least shows that Nintendo is trying to turn things around.
Rayman Legends.
The term asymmetrical gameplay is nearly beaten to death following E3 2012, but that doesn't diminish the impact of games that effectively embody the idea. Rayman Legends stands at the top of this list, and all you need is a look at the Ubisoft's press conference stage demo for proof. The rhythm-driven platform antics provided a vivid example of how two different players can have completely different experiences playing the same game, and it's more effective than anything Nintendo itself has mustered during the Expo.
Smart Glass.
Where its competitors are busy crafting new controllers or laboring over handheld-to-console interplay, Microsoft believes the smart money is on smart glass. By utilizing the handsets and tablets that its player base already owns, the platform holder has found similar functionality without the need for expensive extras, provided you already own one of these devices anyway. We're not sold on using smart glass to navigate our console UI, but the general entertainment opportunities are vast.
The Unfinished Swan.
Rare are games that can withstand the urge to witlessly goad you toward your every goal and destination. Evidently, the team behind the Unfinished Swan realizes how contrary this kind of thing is to the sort of exploration its game is built around. While we're certain we've only seen a couple of its tricks, feeling your way around its world by means of lavishly rendered paint spatters already feels like a tremendous mechanical expression of the act of exploration. We can't wait to see more.
And the winner is The Unfinished Swan.
Not surprisingly, the winning nod goes to the most interesting game in this category. In spite of all novel things that define the rest of the contenders, we simply can't wait to experience The Unfinished Swan. With literally a blank canvas in front of us waiting to be revealed by our informed tossing, it's unlike any game we've seen before. It's conceivable that players could miss entire sections of the game depending on their meanderings, and it's been a long time since we've seen a game world we've been this excited to uncover.
Oh yes, so pretty much if you have just joined us, you have missed out on the E3 2012 awards. This has been part 1. If you want to catch the repeat, it is tomorrow on Thursday, 10 a.m. And then part 2 of the E3 awards will be next week, same time, same place. Kanjalo nje with me, myself, and I, Marvelous Wonder, keeping you entertained. Thank you very much, Gadget Show.